make sure.
We live? Okay. Welcome back, everybody. We are back. Thank you for your patience. Excuse us for the technical difficulties as we work through this in our first remote satellite show. We are here. We are back. Okay. I'm not sure where we got cut off at, but I was saying we had just entered into our second trade on the NASDAQ, and now we're in our third trade. So we were on our second trade. We had got stopped out. We're now in our third trade. We just went long on the NASDAQ. We can see that the algo just hopped in there while I was speaking of that. And we shall see what happens. There was some buying pressure coming in. Now there's some selling pressure, pushing it down. Let's see if it holds the line and continues to push up. But right now, seeming like a little bit of a struggle, and we got stopped out. So
you gotta tell them again that we're back, just because some people are finally coming into the room. I'm gonna say.
Yeah, so welcome back. Thank you for your patience. We had some technical difficulties, and now we're back. I'm going to continue to push through and get these things figured out for you. All right. Nothing we can do about that. That is a building fire alarm. Let's mute the mics. We're going to mute the mics until just show the charts. Okay, I think they got the fire alarm fixed.
Yeah, I think it's done.
Go ahead.
No, it's funny. Millicent, now the alarm, it be like that sometimes. And
Be
then
like that.
Dramatic said, LOL. Miss Rita said, it's Monday, LOL. Michelle singing. She said, singing, what's going on? What's going on?
Just gotta push through, y'all.
Curly hair boy said,
Pace yourself.
he said, you guys are doing great. We appreciate you. Thank y'all. We trying to help y'all get to the bag. Honestly, despite that, like everything is turning profitable that we entered in earlier.
Yes.
NVIDIA is now up $20. SMCI is up $26. We literally gave those to you before the market opened. So hopefully you were able to take advantage of that.
And Amazon.
Amazon is up as well. 𝑄𝑄𝑄 is up. Amazon is up $2.36. 𝑄𝑄𝑄 is up. Like everything is up except Apple, as anticipated. That was the only thing we were kind of like on the short side of the put side of. But Alabaster, ooh, Miss Modern Bet, girl. I hope you got in. It's up $5.43. Okay, so it's been up $3 since our show disconnected and the alarm went on. So hopefully your baby girl didn't distract you too much. But hopefully you were able to get into that trade as well. All right. I don't even know if the Modern Vet came over from the other show, but hopefully she did. But yeah, everything, is up across the board. You guys should be up nicely on all of these things, okay? It's a struggle. It's a struggle morning for sure.
It's a battle for sure.
It's a battle. It's a battle. It's a battle. It's a battle. All right, so we're back, and everybody. I don't even know. What do we?
So our three. I only got into 3 active trades. So Amazon, Nvidia, and Meta. Got into that. So Amazon just went up 330. Nvidia just went up 260, and Meta is up $70. So that's about a good $700. Plus, we already net positive $2,200 off the table. So right now, on the stocks, we're up realized $2,200 today, and unrealized from our active trades up about 1,000 now. Well, 5. Let me see, 3, 5, 6, about 6. So collectively up about $3,000 today so far, and then in the futures we're down 700. So net overall today up about $2,200. So again, can't win them all, don't lose them all. Risk management, quality signals. Take it one step, one day, one trade at a time. Okay. Any stocks, bonds, options, futures, forex, or crypto you guys want us to analyze here in real time using our algorithms? Drop them in the chat. Let us know what you're looking at and what you want us to analyze. Also, if you want the very same algorithms and signals that we use on our stations, on our laptops, on what you see us on the screen, go to givemeahint.ai and you can get our algo suite. I know a bunch of people signed up over the weekend. We will be giving you guys your access to the algos today. We were traveling, and so the team will be on site today. So we will get all of the new sign up for the new algos. We will get you all your algo access today by end of business. Okay, congratulations. Thank you. For those of you all who are looking to learn from us, this show, if you're relatively new, we don't do as much teaching in here because we have a course called Wall Street Academy. You could join that. And we teach once a week. We also teach investing, stocks, investing and trading. And we teach stocks, bonds, options, futures, forex, and crypto. As of right now, everybody, we should be on pace for Wednesday night's session this week. For options, day trading, and income. So just be on the lookout for that, okay? Potentially getting into a new signal here on the NASDAQ. A lot of selling pressure coming in. Let's see if we end up getting into it. All right, we shall see. We've taken 3 trades so far on the NASDAQ. We're 1 for 3. We've taken 2 trades on oil, 0 for 2, and 2 trades on gold, 0 for 2, okay? So futures getting roughed up a little bit, but the stocks are holding us up. Did you get into any option trades?
Yeah, remember?
Okay.
I told you.
I know you were talking about NADEX.
No, I told them.
Okay. So
Let me tell you again?
Yeah, tell me.
I told them.
Tell us.
Tell you.
All right. Thank us.
So I got into some calls on the on the QQQ. I already had calls on Alabaster. So those are just more profitable. I also have calls on Amazon and considered to put on Apple, but didn't do it. And then
didn't do it or couldn't do it.
Just wasn't really in the mood, to bring that. I didn't want to add any negative energy to what they're currently going through. You never want to beat a man when they're down.
Lord.
So I just decided to not. But it would have been profitable. For sure. Y'all know I keep an Nvidia call, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, as far as new things today was QQQ, Amazon, and Novo Nordisk as well. I got calls on Novo Nordisk as well.
Okay.
All right, and Astera Labs, it's actually it's trending up even more. It's got another buy signal on Astera Labs, so that is doing good. Yeah. I also have I have a lot of shares of Astera Labs too. I like that company. Very affordable.
Wow, reaching for your coffee.
Very affordable. That would have been funny. Yeah, Tesla is down nicely today as well. They're down about $6.
Yeah.
I know you had some.
We call that free market. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just been a lot going on in the studio.
Yes.
So it's just like, I got like 4 or 5 trades in, and then after that, it was just like,
Yeah.
a lot going on.
Organized chaos, everybody.
Yeah,
Organized chaos. Did anybody drop anything in the chat?
Yeah. So Savada said, yes, Teresa, I'm glad you're back. Thank you. Savada said, hello, happy Monday. What's Stera Labs? Yes, so it's actually a Stera Labs. If you hop on, if you mind, Odell, if you could share my screen real quick, so I can show them the ticker symbol for that one. So Stera Labs, ticker symbol ALAB. They are currently up about $5.39. They were up about $2 pre-market. The Modern Vet wanted us to take a look at that one for her, and since then it's gone up about $3 or so. So it's up very nicely this morning. But yeah, so that is Stera Labs. They are a semiconductor company. They just went public March the 20th. So they're a newer company, which is why another reason why, not newer, but newer public. Recent IPO. I think this stock has a lot of upside potential, which is why, I'm definitely in calls on it right now, but also I had went in and bought a decent amount of shares on it as well. So I think this stock has a lot of upside potential, honestly, personally. And it's always great to be able to get into some of these semiconductor companies when they first go public, because you see how based on history, these things go up very sharply over time. So it's really cool to be able to get in when, around something IPOs. Like, imagine if you got into NVIDIA around the time it IPO'd.
1999.
99 in the 2000s. But that, I think it's up like 172,000% or something last time I had checked. That's crazy.
That's wild.
That's a lot of percents.
That's a lot.
So, yeah.
NASDAQ just got into a trade on the futures to the upside, and stop loss already adjusted, so we can only win in this trade, already up about 50 to 60 ticks.
Okay.
So should eat into some of those L's from earlier, but seems like we might be on a ride to the upside.
Yeah, we're ready.
On the NASDAQ.
I'm ready.
Potentially.
I'm ready. Savada was also saying really quickly, she said, thank you, I'm in healthcare, so I want to invest as much in this field as I can. Also, one of the ones we talked about earlier, if you're in the healthcare space, because Stera Labs is a semiconductor company, although it does sound like it's healthcare because of the labs part. But Novo Nordisk was one of the ones that Dion called out earlier. It was also on our watch list. Another one of my favorite stocks, honestly. They are the creators of Ozempic and Wegovy, which everyone is familiar with right now. But they are in the healthcare space. They're leading the weight loss revolution right now. They are on track to even be like at Costco. Costco's working out some deal to have them there. One of the things that's interesting, when these drugs come out and then they become really, really popular, like pharmaceutical drugs, not other drugs, like pharmaceutical drugs, they come out. All of a sudden you start seeing like those things, or like you get the random email, the spam emails of like people who can file lawsuits because they've already, been negatively impacted by Ozempic and Wegovy. And I've seen some of those. I'm like, oh Lord, here you go. They already starting, So that's one of the things to definitely keep our eyes out on. We are definitely long, very long Novo Nordisk, and definitely see a lot of upside with people buying so much weight loss drug. People love a nice quick lose weight situation, and which I totally understand. But sometimes, just like quick money ain't always the best money. Sometimes quick weight loss isn't always the best either, right? And so that's one of the things I definitely want to keep my eyes out on, is like potential lawsuits that could start to form against some of these weight loss companies, because it is a new drug, right? And a lot of times, I know they do a lot of testing, but sometimes with these new drugs, it's like they test, but I don't know what they be testing for, because somebody always come up with something, ear grew on their butt or something crazy happened. They're like, we didn't, we didn't project that happening. And so you do have to be very careful. Those things, they be like, oh, everyone that took this drug in these years have X, Y, and Z. You be like, what? Like, how did you not, you know what I'm saying? Then you got 100,000 people, with an arm growing out their head. Like, what is happening? So you just have to be careful. It was kind of a rant, but I started seeing some emails. I'm like, some lawsuits. I'm like, people just started taking the drug. Yeah, this Oprah's Land of Oz. Yes, that's funny. So yeah, don't know the long-term effects either. Yeah, no one knows the long-term effects. So it's been wild. Hey, Colleen, Dion, Colleen's here. You know Colleen? She's got the new job, so she ain't really been around as much. Colleen.
Okay.
She said good morning.
Is it in the show or is it in Miami?
She's in the chat.
Oh, okay.
She said good morning, MM family. I missed you guys. We missed you too, Miss Colleen. What you been doing? Where you? Well, I know you've been working. Let me know in the chat. How's the new job? You're loving it. I know you're doing like I think the DNI stuff, which is great. Very, very impactful work. I know you're working remotely, so it's good. I think now you're probably situated with the job. You're able to come back to the show. We missed you. Today's a good trading day so far. A lot of opportunities to make some extra cash. So yeah, welcome. Let us know how the new job is. Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while.
Yes. Welcome back.
Yeah.
Welcome
Colleen
back.
has been with us since day one.
Top of the hour here. Just a reminder, today is Monday. Today is the last day to purchase your tickets for the workshop here in Miami this Friday, and the last day to purchase your tickets for the yacht. I know we got some last minute people, some people in the back of the room who haven't been hearing us talk about this for the last month and a half, but the week is upon us. Today is the last day to purchase your tickets. Okay, so we did get a good amount of profit from that buy signal on the NASDAQ that we just rolled up. And now we got stopped out, and now we're flat. So we're flat on all three of the main futures that we're looking at, which are the NASDAQ for the equities, crude oil for the energies, and gold for the metals. Okay, so a lot of selling pressure in on crude oil and gold. Right now, the equities are kind of mixed, getting some support around that VWAP and continuing to push it to the upside. We shall see. It was up, the NASDAQ was up over 200 points pre-market. So we will see if that tries to retrace and comes back, or if they're going to continue to push it up for the day based off of that news. The key retail numbers that came out at 8:30 have been pushing the market up. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Colleen said her new job is great. She's trying to get her team meeting moved from 9:30.
Yeah. See, the way my day is set up, I need to be free from 9:30 to 11, and then I got y'all. And then I got y'all, okay? You know, I'm going to be the best after 11. Thank you for your understanding and your patience.
Yeah, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. Everyone in the chat that's coming to Miami this week, let us know. What you think? The palm tree?
Drop a palm tree, drop a Miami, drop a yayo.
Yeah.
In the chat, let us know you coming in to rock with us. Man, we've been here for 2 days already, and it's just been an amazing, well, a day and a half, really.
That's it?
Well, we got in like Saturday night,
yeah,
so Saturday evening, so it wasn't, you know.
I love it here. Everything is so good.
Yeah, it's been great to be back.
We spent the entire day at the beach yesterday, and it was
just the whole day.
Beach pool, you know, just amazing.
Making up for lost time. A lot of selling pressure coming into the equity markets on all the futures.
Yeah.
Well, not the three main ones that we're looking at right now.
What happened? What's going on? Turn around, thing.
Okay, got stopped out of NVIDIA for profit. Okay. So
yes, Charlie said I also brought some books too. I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
So Latoya dropped the pineapple. Not the pineapple, Lord Jesus. The palm tree.
I'm about to say pineapple. Well, Florida's oranges.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I know it. All working folks know here. Okay. Yeah. Charlene, I will also be there. I want my book signed. I love it. Drop your palm tree, Phyllis. I know you said you flying out Wednesday.
Phyllis on the flight. She's gonna drop a plane in the chat.
Phyllis said, can we look at TSM for a swing put trade, please? It's below the
I did go short on TSM on Friday, but then they did get a buy signal today at 9:30 at the open. So I just went ahead and exited that. Yeah.
She want to be on the put.
Or no, I was long. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And then I got out because of the sale. So yeah, it definitely could be.
What do you mean? She said, can we? She looking at a swing put trade. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, seems pretty accurate. Seems pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Don, yeah, I don't know what to tell you, Phyllis. It seems pretty accurate. We do have this buy put here. So it is trending down for sure, but it looks like the market's starting to do a little dippy dip. So 1, 3, 5, 15, 2 hour.
Market tanking.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was news at 10, wasn't it?
I think it was.
Yeah, what was it?
Longer.
Business inventory news came out and the housing news came out. Missed it.
The longer time frames, the day and the week are all saying buy call, but right now it's some strong, like this short term, like you could probably be profitable short term with this. Might be something you would literally just get in today, make money and get out today. Yeah. Yep. But yeah, looks very accurate.
Look at that sell off.
Yeah, what's going on? Why people just don't just be
Sell off
positive?
300. Oh, a 100-point drop. Right. I don't know why, because it's just right there in my face.
You know you want it.
Negative.
I have a coffee here. Dion's never had coffee in his entire life, and he like.
Yes. Never had a coffee. Never had a beer.
Reaching for it.
Never had a cigarette in my life. No. But yeah. So
Sell off.
definitely selling off. And this is why if you're buying options or you're buying stock, you know, you're especially buying them, then you're buying time to be right and to see those things. And that's again why we set the stop loss. So we went long on NVIDIA and we got stopped out for $92.50. So let's look at our active trades for the day so far, actually. Right? So for our active joints, we went long NVIDIA, we went long Amazon, and we went long Meta, right? Meta's down 125. And the other ones we got stopped out on, I believe, right? Yeah, we got stopped out. So our active trades for today, 110, what's that? 1290, 2000 and 2100, 2016, and another 200. So we're net positive 2200 now from those trades, right? From those active trades on today. And then also some of our shorts are starting to pick up steam, obviously, right? So active trades realized 42 minutes and $2,200 in 42 minutes, right? And then our other trades, our stop losses are on and they're swing trades. And if they're long, we're okay because most of them are on our watch list, right? So you're literally buying time to be right. So if you're trading these on options as well, this is why I walk through that step-by-step process to be like, okay, cool, we might have got a signal from our 3 alignments on our longer time frames, but then I step down into the shorter time frames to try to wait, okay, let's let the shorter time frame align and then kind of go from there, right? Because time, all right? Now, NASDAQ seemed to get some support a little bit under that first standard deviation, around 18,191, okay? And trying to see if it's gonna push the market back up. So that 10 o'clock news definitely hurt and pushed the market down.
Yeah.
But remember, pre-market, the NASDAQ was already up over 200 points. So it could just be a little retracement from that and potentially gain some support and push back up. And the VIX is currently trading, the VIX is still down. So VIX is down quite substantially. So still a good opportunity for some buy side.
Yeah, definitely looks like the NASDAQ is definitely trying to turn around. That TSM, real quick for Phyllis, is trying to turn around too. It's trying, struggling, but it hasn't got the signal yet, but it's definitely trying to turn around. Okay, we have, so I hope we catch you guys next time. I'll be there in spirit. Love that, love that. She said, how's 𝐾𝐈𝐒 Biotherapeutics? And then Michelle was asking about Samsung stock performance. Let me just show you real quick. So Samsung is a international company, so it can't be traded in the U.S. So there are multiple, trying to see which one, I think it's the O5, here we go. Samsung Electronics, so it's actually a Korean company. All right, so that is not something that we can technically trade here. Okay. So 𝐂𝐈𝐒, let's see, what's that? 𝐶ALI, 𝐂𝐈, 𝐶ALIDI. Here we go. So CLDI is 𝐂𝐈𝐒 Biotherapeutics. Okay. So they are 𝐂𝐈𝐒 Biotherapeutics currently. This is, it's probably technically considered more like a penny stock. It's only trading around 67 cents. They are currently down 3.57% today. Currently on an option standpoint, in a buy call on it on that 1 minute time frame. 3 and 5. Let's see how it's been doing. On the day, it's also trending up as well. So yeah. So literally all the signals are saying this is buy side. Okay. Yep. All right. Okay, so yep, that's all the things we have there.
Okay, so yeah, NASDAQ starting to turn around, literally fell down. Let's see, so the open here at 341, and then this tank at 10 o'clock from the news tanked it all the way down to 18,190, and now it's back up to 250. So since the open, a lot of resistance had come into the market, pushed it down, and held the line right there at that 190, and now it's up over 60 points after filling that news selling pressure. So looks like they held the line quite nicely off of that, around that second standard deviation. They're starting to get some resistance at 260. Let's see if they hold the line there and push it down. The VWAP is right around 278. So see if they are able to push it back up to the VWAP, or if it's going to stay in this selling pressure. Right now it's right around the first standard deviation under the VWAP. So that may serve as an area of support and try to push it back up to the VWAP. We shall see. But there was a lot of selling pressure that came in across all the futures right there. As you can see, those big red candles as everything started to tank. So we shall see. But again, right now, from last night's open on the futures, they're still technically up. And we shall see if they are able to hold that buying pressure and continue to push up. Also, remember, last week was a red week, and the week prior to was a red week. So first two weeks of, no idea. I mean, I got them saying my thing, but I don't know. The first 2 weeks of the quarter of Q2 have been red. So, but also keep in mind, Q1 was very, very green across the entire market. So we can keep our eyes out to see if this is going to be, if this is just a short-term retracement for the initial bull market of the first quarter, or if this is going to be an actual turnaround, and if the equities will stay red for the continuation of Q2. So we shall see. But a good amount of buying pressure coming into the market. They are battling right here around that first standard deviation. So yeah, we shall see. Okay. Novavax failed to capitalize on fears surrounding Moderna vaccine activists. Yeah, now you talking about lawsuits around big pharma. When them lawsuits start coming around COVID from Moderna and Pfizer and all of, that's gonna be
Now, they've actually technically already started.
Yeah, that's gonna be
So I
something
think
crazy.
I had read a few months ago that the state of Texas was actually suing, I think Moderna or one of them. They were actually suing one of the people that was providing the COVID shots. So yeah, that's going to be very, very interesting for sure. With some of those potential long-term effects start to happen, but they are starting to see some people are actually starting to see effects already. And so that's what they said. I think the state of Texas was, I can't remember who it was suing Pfizer or the other one, the whole state.
Yeah.
The whole state was suing them. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be very, very
Such a
interesting.
crazy world we live in, boy. I tell you, people
What?
will do anything to make money, to sell you anything.
Yeah, a lot around that. Okay, so new bar here, more selling pressure coming in. They tried to push it up. They got up to 260 from that 190, so about a 70-point turnaround, and then some strong selling pressure around this 260 mark on the NASDAQ. Crude oil also battling around the second standard deviation to the downside. And then gold had fell all the way down to the third standard deviation, pushed up to the second standard deviation, and is now getting some selling pressure in there. So selling pressure, again, coming into these futures markets that we are looking at. So we shall see. But remember, we said this in the pre-market analysis. We said it's probably going to open up to the upside, and towards the second half of the show, potentially be selling off. Specifically, we said that for the equities and gold. So crude oil was kind of mixed. And the energies market and the oil markets are just going through a lot right now with everything that's going on in the Middle East. So it's going to be very interesting to see.
Yeah, for sure. All right, drop us any stock, bonds, futures.
Any stocks, bonds, options, futures, forex, or crypto
Anything.
that you guys want us to analyze in real time?
Any financial instruments you guys want us to analyze in real time, drop them. Are we playing the oh, actually, you know what? Let's real quick. Can we hop over 1 second? I wanted to just review this earnings report one more time. I know we had to kind of speed through it earlier. Okay, so we're back on my screen here. So we have, as I mentioned, we have a lot of things coming out. Some of the big ones for tomorrow. One of the biggest ones this week is probably Netflix for sure. I was reading that people are kind of unsure if they'll be able to please investors again like they did last quarter. I think they did pretty well last quarter. So we'll see. We know that they have been buckling down on letting people share passwords, and thus, like, their revenue's gone up because more people had to get their own Netflix accounts, essentially. Okay. But anyway, so heading into tomorrow morning before the opening bells, these are all potential opportunities that you would ideally maybe want to enter today if you want to take advantage of any major swings up or major swings down from these stocks. So we have Bank of America, United Health Group, Johnson & Johnson, Morgan Stanley, BNY, Mellon, PNC, Mercantile Bank, Northern Trust, Ericsson, okay? Those are all coming out tomorrow morning before the opening bell. And then we have United Airlines tomorrow after the closing bell, Interactive Brokers, JP Hunt, just to name a few. So as you guys can see, just take a quick look at this chart. We have a lot of opportunity this week. A lot of financials this week. A lot of financial companies this week for sure. And then, like I said, Netflix, American Express, some of the major names, Nokia, DR Horton. So it's going to be a very, very busy day or week in the markets from an earnings standpoint. And as you guys know, week after week, we'll start to just get more and more earnings. Really, really interested to see how Netflix is going to go this week because they are typically a pretty big mover. It could be a big mover up or a big mover down, but definitely they tend to move. When they move, they move. Okay, so that should be interesting. But like I said, for tomorrow morning, or things to kind of keep your eyes on today, for tomorrow morning is Bank of America, United Health Group, Johnson & Johnson, Morgan Stanley, BNY Mellon, PNC. For United Airlines, I'm actually anticipating them to rise from their earnings. From what I've read, they did really well in Q1. Y'all are still traveling, which is good. So there also could be some opportunity to ride, even if you don't hold it through its earnings release, could be some opportunity to ride that one up, you know, as it gets closer to, I can, yeah, anyway. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, out here. But yeah, so that's so cool. I always knew you could use like your iPad, but anyway. Okay, so let's hop over. Let's take a quick look at United Airlines. Just kind of curious to see how it is actually doing today. All right, let's take a little look-see here. All right, so UAL. All right. So on the day chart, so on the day chart for United Airlines, we are actually in a buy put on the day chart for United Airlines. On the week, we're also in a buy put. United Airlines is trading around $42.06. It's up about 26 cents pre-market. Okay. Looking at wow, the 1 minute chart. Okay, literally everything is saying buy put. Okay, got it. Okay. Everything except the hour and 2 hour are all saying buy put for United Airlines. Now, they're releasing their earnings tomorrow morning. That's a lot. Tomorrow evening after the closing bell, but they're currently trading up about 26 cents. Everything is saying being on the sell side for this one. Currently, that does not necessarily mean that is how it is going to fare when the earnings come out. I'm actually still potentially bullish on this and anticipating that it's probably going to go up. They've done really well with their earnings the last few quarters. So we'll see. But we still have a little bit more time for that one. Just want to take a quick look at that. Sovereign wants to look at SPY options. Sure. So let's take a quick look at the SPY. So currently on the day chart, so the SPY is currently trading up about $1.83. Obviously, the market has been like shot up and then fell down, et cetera, et cetera. So it was a lot higher towards the market open, closer to about 515. It's $515.28. Currently, it's only around 512. Okay. On that 1 minute chart, we're in a buy put. On the 3 minute chart, we're also in a buy put. Same with the 5. Okay, and then the 15. I'm sorry, the 5 and the 15. The hour chart is still in that buy call, but that looks like this is trying to turn down because the market in general has gone down. So I'm kind of really curious to see how the rest of the day is going to end. I don't know. I was kind of anticipating it to be kind of up all day, and it hasn't done that. But we had that earnings that came out, which I totally forgot about. So anyway, with that being said, a lot of mixed signals on the SPY. Okay, but looking at our day charts, still in the buy put, and then shorter time frames are also in the buy put. Some of the intermediate time frames are in the buy call. Okay, let's take a look at. Ms. Wilson said Israel declared war. Yeah, not sure what she's talking about with that, but yeah. I think you were talking about something.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. So a couple things.
We have a couple other ones too.
We are in interesting times in general. There's a lot of things going on. You know, you have technology wars, you got the space race, you have, you know, the digital currencies versus the traditional currencies. And then you have these wars in the Middle East. And to some, these might seem random, but to some who are more, you know, on the religious side, look at some of the scriptures, and a lot of these are, you know, prophesized, right? Especially between Israel and Iran, right? So very interesting times around that. I've always kind of kept my eye on these times and in that area around what's going on. it's very interesting to see, for me personally, at this point in my life, being able to see it from a financial perspective as well. Because like being raised in the church, you read the scriptures and you know that, you know, signs of the times and signs of the end times. One of the major signs of the end times is Israel and the brothers basically battling. But to grow through life and to be able to see it from a market perspective and see just from a global economic and a macro level how these things affect literally the world, it is just pretty interesting to see. Now, no man knows the day nor the hour, so we'll keep it at that. But literally, the Middle East is the major oil producer of the world. And the oil markets have literally, the energy markets have been busting, right, to the upside because of just simple principles of supply and demand, right? If supply becomes limited, the demand for it increases. And because if the demand increases, the price increases, right? And so energy and specifically crude oil and all those things have been charging up ever since really Ukraine and Russia got into it, because Russia is another major producer, and then now Israel and Iran. And so, you know, these are, there's opportunities in everything. And this is also why we have to be unbiased and not emotionally attached to these markets and to these trades, because if you're super deep in religion, it could potentially keep you from seeing the markets objectively, right? If you're super biased on one company, it could keep you from looking at that company objectively, right? And miss out on certain signals. So always just kind of want to be informed.
I do sometimes buy puts on Apple.
Be market neutral and allow yourself to see things objectively, process and synthesize the data, and, you know, stick to your rules. So just want to call that out, because I know it is a lot going on.
It is a lot. It is a lot. It makes you even, sometimes you're just like, what are we doing all this for? Like,
no, facts.
It's yeah. Anyway, so Phyllis was saying that Netflix is so overbought and it just got a gap in the chart. All right, and like, and they're I think she was mentioning because we're talking about their earnings coming out Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Glenda wanted to look at IBKR and J&J.
Ooh, Interactive Brokers.
Yep, and then Ms. Wilson wanted to look at Intel. Not sure if we did that one, but let's look at. I don't think we did Intel yet. So let's start with IBKR, which is Interactive Brokers. All right. So currently, they're releasing their earnings tomorrow morning. I think before the opening bell.
Mm-hmm.
So they're up about $1.08 today. Currently on that 1 minute chart, we actually just got a buy call on it on the 1 minute chart, and yeah, on the shorter time, everything else is saying buy put. So this might be the beginning of their upswing. Every single chart on the day, the 2 hour, the 1 hour, all are saying buy put for Interactive Brokers. But on that 1 minute chart, it looks like it is starting to rise so slightly here. Yeah, so who knows? I'm curious to see how they're going to do. Looks like they have been trending down for the last few days, but overall on the week chart, they have been up. So could be some more upside potential for Interactive Brokers. All right. Looking at J&J, which is Johnson & Johnson. Okay. Johnson & Johnson. Everybody had a little Johnson & Johnson.
We just bought some, remember?
Yeah. I used some this morning. That's like a baby.
Yeah.
No, I
You
don't.
smell like the baby lotion. You smell like the baby lotion.
Okay.
That pink Johnson & Johnson baby lotion. Everybody in the hood had a bottle of that.
Yeah, it has a nice little scent. That baby scent.
For sure.
Okay. All right, but anyway, Johnson & Johnson on that 1 minute chart currently is trading up at $1.34 on the 1 minute chart. We are in a buy put. It has been pretty much all week, all no, since April the 2nd on the day chart. I'm sorry, on the day chart, it's in that buy put. On the 1 minute chart, also, excuse me. Huh?
No, the NASDAQ is respecting that 250, 260 area.
Oh, okay. So the 1 minute chart, 3, 5, all are actually saying buy put, and that day chart as well saying buy put. So those earnings come out. Everybody's recalling. Apparently they got 𝐁 in Africa. So Tanzania and Rwanda are recalling, joint African recall of their 𝐁. I ain't never seen no Johnson & Johnson 𝐁 over here. They always getting a recall. Johnson & Johnson, come on, make better stuff. Come on now. Because first it was the lotion. They said the lotion wasn't good. Now apparently.
Then it was the powder.
Then it was the powder. Oh yeah, the powder giving out the cancer. So I don't even know, honestly, why are they still in business? If all they doing is making people sick. Now they over here giving out bad 𝐁 in Africa. Lord. It's a lot of buy puts on them. A lot of recalls. I don't know how they're going to do with their earnings. I ain't messing with it. It's probably going to fall because people tired of getting sick from putting a little powder in your baby's butt. So that's that. Let's take a quick look at Intel. It's so crazy how people can literally like have all these lawsuits against them, like have proven data, proven instances of their products causing harm, and they can still be in business.
Well, because a lot of these bigger companies have lobbyists, and they pay these lobbyists to lobby on Capitol Hill, and so it's really about regulation and what the regulators are approving or denying, and most of the regulators are approving or denying things based off of who is donating to their campaign so they can get reelected. And
they all get a little piece of it. It's all a thing, but I just feel like, if it was my world, that would not be okay. You can't get people sick and still be on the shelves. Like it's just not okay. Anyway, going back to Intel for Miss Wilson. So currently on the 1 minute chart, we are in that buy put. Intel's been trending up pretty much since about 10:27 or so. It's up 74 cents. As you can see, it is rising pretty nicely. So that 1, 3, 5 are probably all in that call. If we go to our day chart, we're still in the put. This might be the first day that it actually starts to trend up a little bit. On that week, we're also in the buy put. So all the longer time frames are saying buy put. All the shorter time frames, it is trending up today. Okay. Sophia said, yes, the scriptures are definitely unfolding. Angela said, yes, we got to keep our eyes on what's going on over there for sure. Vanessa said, America allows stuff on the shelves that definitely shouldn't be. Very, very, very true. It is so interesting. We were overseas and especially like in Europe and in Dubai. Oh my God, I love shopping in Dubai. They really vet the stuff that they allow to go onto the markets. And it's so interesting. Like I would be over there like looking for certain things that maybe we normally buy for ourselves or for the children. And like, oh, we're looking for blah, blah, blah. And like, oh no, we don't sell that here. Even how they talk a lot about, what's the formula, baby formula? The baby formula guidelines, and I did formula and breast milk with my children because I couldn't always produce enough milk because I was stressed and working too much, but that's another conversation. But anyway, but we would supplement with formula at times, and it was many times where I considered actually getting formula from overseas because there was always this issues with various formulas here, but a lot of the formulas that we have on the shelves here, as Vanessa saying, they would never allow on the shelves in Dubai and some of the European countries, and it's wild, and it's very disappointing. I have to say, it's just really disappointing as Americans. It's just how much like our health is not really prioritized, by the people that run the country. Latoya said J&J was also caught up in the COVID shot negativity as well. Yeah, they were. They did have a shot. I forgot Johnson & Johnson had their own shot. It wasn't as popular. Because everybody was already not messing with them because of the lotion issues. They're like, we definitely ain't letting you inject nothing if if we rubbing it on and we getting sick. So yeah, they definitely had some issues as well. Michelle said toxic ingredients and products here is insane. It really is. What's allowed to be on the shelves is absolutely insane, which is also very interesting. I've read numerous articles of people who were living in the US, they had cancer or had these other things. They left the US and like all the things went away that was wrong with them. just because they started being able to put healthier things into their body and reduce the exposure to the toxic things that we have here. And it's like literally if they stayed in the US, they would have died, point blank, right? As soon as they left, went somewhere else where health standards were higher, their quality of life increased and their health issues literally went away. And it's literally why every 2 days I'm like, we should move outside of the country. So yeah. Phyllis said, my son got their COVID shot. He has never had COVID. He was in London with us when we got it. He still didn't get it. Yeah, you never know. But see, the thing is, even with the COVID shot, that's also a misconception. People think that it prevents you from getting it. That's not the case. The COVID shot actually is supposed to lessen the effects of COVID once you have the shot. So it's not even necessarily a prevention thing. It just makes it so that supposedly if you do get COVID, you have less what is it called? Effects or whatever.
Yeah. Okay, so back over here in the futures market, we're currently in 2 active trades, crude oil and gold, getting a lot of buying pressure coming in. We got about 40 ticks locked in on the crude oil from the algos, and if and when gold hits about 40 ticks, it will adjust as well. But capturing a good amount of this buying pressure that is coming into the oil and gold futures markets. The NASDAQ is battling on the equity side. They're trying to get some support, but it is respecting that 250 and 260 mark. So for the last, 30 to 40 minutes, it has come up here twice to this 260. And then 10 minutes ago, it came up here to this 250. And got some resistance. So the 2 out of our 3 futures are catching some momentum and trying to push to the upside and rebound from that downside pressure. But essentially, the NASDAQ has not joined the party yet. But we are nicely profitable on crude oil, and gold is currently profitable as well, battling a little bit. And we'll see if it pushes back up. The crude oil crossed above that VWAP, pushed up, and is now heading to the first standard deviation on top of the VWAP, and gold is trying to come back up to its VWAP here as it starts to gain some momentum. If it hits this 40 ticks, the algo will adjust to lock in some profits. So let's see if that happens here in real time, and we'll see that there it goes. So we cannot lose in either one of these trades, and we'll just continue to ride the ride. If we get stopped out, cool. If we don't, cool. But you can see, again, just risk management here. We won the first trade on the NASDAQ, lost the next 2. We lost 2 trades in a row on crude oil and gold. And now we are currently in a win on both of them with the potential to wipe away all of our losses so far. So we shall see.
Yep.
Okay.
So Michelle is also saying, she's like, we know better. We should do better. As educated as Americans are we just not wise? Latoya also said it's definitely not healthcare here in the U.S. It's sick care, for sure. And also too, Michelle, it's not that we're not wise. For most people, first of all, most people aren't super educated on these things. That's the first part. And I have a whole chapter in my book about this, actually. An uneducated consumer is
more profitable,
way more profitable than an educated consumer. Mm-hmm. And so
for the company,
for the bank, for the company, which is why financial literacy is not widely taught, because if you're financially illiterate, we can make more money off of you, right? The banks can make more money off of you. It's going to take you longer to pay your debts, et cetera, which is how they make their money. So they much prefer for you to not be educated. And it's the same thing with healthcare. Healthcare companies, all these companies we're talking about, Pfizer, all these companies literally want you to not be aware of how things work. And for most people, they know. For some people, they know. The people that know, sometimes they may make changes to try to limit exposure to certain things. But for the average American, they simply do not have the funds to really do something major about it, right? Which may be leaving the country, et cetera, which is also kind of a part of the whole I call it the American scam. But, you know, that cycle, they put you in and put you into debt. And after a while, you feel like this is your only option. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I think if more people had the financial means to make a change, they would do it. But I think a lot of times most people just don't. And so you kind of have to be where you are. And for many of us, we're like the first generation that are thinking outside of the box, that are moving, relocating, going out of the country. And then even as we travel more, we get exposed to more. And so we're just like, okay, there's a different way you can live. This is not the only way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one of the funny things I will tell you, because I grew up in DC, and I feel so, even when I say it feels so silly, I did not know that pools could stay open year round. I did not know that. Growing up in DC, I thought everybody's pool closed after Memorial Day. That was just like what happened. I never forget, I moved to Houston. And the pool was open year round, and it blew my mind. And I'm like, wait, pools are open year round? And then obviously going to LA and all these other places, and especially overseas, and I see like, okay, that's just like a East Coast thing because it gets cold, but it just even shows you like, man, I'm out here limiting my pool usage to these little 4 months, and everybody else is pulling it up all year, right? So hey, once you learn, you know. But Money Choices said, just like illnesses are way more profitable than being healthy. Yep, very true. Ms. Rita said, knowledge is power. The powerful don't want the competition. Yep. Michelle said, the dumbing down of America. Sad. Good headline. Phyllis said, our healthcare system sucks, but it is worse in some other countries with free healthcare. It takes months to see a doctor in the UK. Jane said, a lot is going on indeed. Protesters outside of O'Hare Airport shut down all lanes of OB I-190. Protests may be pro-Palestinian supporters. Jane said that's some breaking news as of now. Vanessa said the people are lied to a lot when it comes to food. America sacrifices a lot for money and power. Very, very true. See, y'all all educated. Look, listen to y'all talk that talk. But that's your area, O'Hare.
The Shaw?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
the
on
airport.
the north side.
Airport shut down.
It's on the northwest side.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was about to say something. And now I cannot remember. You were talking about something. You said something. Traveling. Can't remember, y'all. Okay, so we did exit one of the gold trades for profit for about $200. And now we're also in the buy side again on the gold, but currently down. Oil, we're still in this same trade. So we'll see what's going on with that. Okay. Equities are still struggling and heading to the downside on the futures. I was about to say something, and now I cannot remember. That is the worst. I think it was important. Okay, well, if that's the case, let's run the video since we're winding down on the workshop, because today is the last day to purchase tickets for your Miami workshop tickets to join us live in Miami for the workshop. Let's see what happened in our last video and last workshop in Washington, D.C., and we'll talk about what's coming up in Miami. All right?
Hey, I'm Dominique, Broadway award-winning personal finance expert, and today has been absolutely amazing because we had students fly in from all over the country to spend the day with us.
And today is a very special day because we have our live studio audience here.
Yeah. So during today's sessions, we got to teach and talk about a lot of things in person. And I think for a lot of people, it's good to be able to actually see someone else do it in person. It was really cool. We got to actually hop into people's phones and computers and set up some of the indicators and strategies for them, which was really, really cool. And then we went into an amazing lunch at one of my favorite restaurants.
I want to take my trading to a higher level, and the information that they gave us today, I know that I will accomplish that.
And since they've been doing the show, I've made 5 figures in 1 month. More than my part-time salary when I was working for Wells Fargo. And the fact that this is a skill that I've been able to build from the training that they offer that no one can ever take away from me is mind-blowing.
I encourage you to get the Wall Street Academy program so you can learn and you can do better than me, because I was in the game and I was losing in the game, but now I have the information to win.
So we are very excited to take this show on the road, to be able to take the Money Matrix live to bigger venues and to be able to touch more people throughout the country.
Welcome back. You can see we had a ball in DC, and we're going to take it up a notch here in Miami this week, Friday, 9 a.m. to 11. We're going to be doing a live taping of the Money Matrix with everybody that joins us in the live studio audience. Then we're going to transition into a lunch and learn with Dominique, and I will actually be teaching actual principles, lessons from the Wall Street Academy. For a lunch and learn. Then we're going to do a happy hour to celebrate with everybody that's there. And then for everybody that purchases the yacht tickets, we're going on a sunset cruise around Miami. So just wanted to remind you all, today is the last day for that, okay? So that is one of the main things. Also, if you want to get the very same algorithms that you see on our screen, visit GiveMeAHint.ai, and you'll be able to check those out and get the very same algos that we use. All right. I know a bunch of people purchased the algos over the weekend. We will be granting you all access today. We were traveling this weekend, and all of the team will be here in Miami this week. So, well, not all of them, but a good amount of people, good amount of the team will be here in Miami this week, and we'll get you guys situated. All right. And then if you want to learn from us, you could join our Wall Street Academy. If you just want to rock with our community, you could join the Discord absolutely free. We also give our 2024 stock pick watch list away for free in the Discord just for joining the Discord. So definitely tune into that. If you are new to tuning into the show, thank you and welcome. Click that subscribe button, hit that bell, turn on your notifications, and it'll let you know every time we are live. You want to do one more review of the earning report for the week?
Yep, let's go ahead.
And then we can get into keep it a buck and call it a day.
All right. So one last quick review.
What you laughing about?
All right, one last quick review here. So as you know, we had a couple earnings that came out this morning. Going into today after the close, Skillsoft, First Bank, Inspired, Vuzix, CrossFit, CrossFirst, Bank Shares, Dragonfly, Bank of America, United Health Group, Johnson & Johnson, Morgan Stanley, BNY Mellon, PNC, Mercantile Bank, Northern Trust, Ericsson, Commerce Bank, all tomorrow morning before the open, okay? If you want to take advantage of any potential run up or run down, entering today before the market closes is the best way to do that if that is something that you want to do. Tomorrow after the close, we got United Airlines, Interactive Brokers, JP Hunt, okay, Hancock, Whitney, et cetera, et cetera. ASML, Abbott, also Wednesday before the open, Travelers, US Bank Corp, Bank United, First Horizon, okay, Citizens Bank as well. And then Wednesday after the close, Sands, Discover, Thursday, Nokia, Netflix, Intuitive Surgical, all busy Thursday here. Friday, going into Friday, Procter & Gamble, American Express, Regions. So as you can see, busy week. Take a look at this, pinpoint any stocks that you guys are considering. Some of these, even if you don't stay in them while the during the earnings, while the earnings is being released, could be some opportunities to ride them up or ride them down in advance or in anticipation of what their earnings will be as well. So a lot of opportunity this week. Most eyeballs probably definitely going to be on United Airlines, Netflix, and Amex for sure. Okay. So let me hand it back over to Dion. Are you going to keep it above today?
Yes. Give me a second. Okay. All right. So for today's keeping it a buck, experience through traveling. We'll talk about that, how that works with trading and investing. But we were talking about this past weekend. I'm originally from the South Side of Chicago. And I know people literally who have never been downtown Chicago. My very own uncle, shout out to my Uncle Joe, love you. His first flight ever of his life was for our wedding. He was 63 years old at that time, okay, for his first flight. And it's not knocking him or anybody that's not doing it, but it's just talking about how important being cultured, experienced, and traveled can be for your life, because it exposes you to different people, different cultures, different foods, different languages, different perspectives, different vantage points. Now, how can that help you with trading and investing? Now, we're residents of Dubai, so we have our residency in the Middle East, right? And we love Dubai. Love being there for extended period. Love it so much we became residents. But as we begin to see a lot of the turmoil that was going on in the Middle East, we held off on our trip a couple of months ago in the fall when we were thinking about going back there because a lot of stuff started to pick up there, right? And so just knowing the culture over there, knowing that it is a major producer of oil and energy in the world, and having that exposure and having that experience and having that information and having that knowledge gives us the ability, one, to say, you know what, this might not be the best time or season to go over there and potentially deal with any of those things, but also knowing how big of an impact that that region and area has on the energy markets, there's opportunities in there for trading and investing in the energy market. Whether you're doing stocks, you could look at the WTI, you could look at the energy ETF, like the Spider Energy ETF. You can look at crude oil and futures, right? So all these opportunities and being exposed to these different things can give you different perspective and different vantage points, and those things can give you an edge. Those things can give you some potential alpha. And that's everything that you're looking for in the market, is you're looking for some type of data and information to give you an edge or an advantage on the market to capture some gains, okay? So that is our keeping the buck for today. Being open-minded, traveling, being in culture, being experienced, and then learning from all of those experiences and incorporating them into your trading and investing, because that can give you the edge, okay? So that is our keeping in the buck for today. If you're new, thank you for watching. Click subscribe button, click the bell, turn on the notifications to let you know when we are live. If you want our 2024 stock picks absolutely free, join our free Discord, get in there with other like-minded individuals, ask questions, be around people who are thinking about money, trading, investing, et cetera, all the time, okay? If you want our algorithms, give me a hint.ai. If you want to learn from us, click the link to join the Wall Street Academy. And you can continue to just watch the show 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Monday through Friday. Okay? Any final words, love?
No, that's it. Thank you guys again for tuning in and working through the numerous technical difficulties that we had today. But so excited to be in Miami and hopefully see so many of you guys this Friday.
Yes, love, light, peace, wealth, great health, and abundance to each of you guys. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.